we're going to paint a putter. Alright guys, Merry Christmas. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I do have one up of a putter I just finished a paint fill on. And if you're wondering what else I'm up to, you can also follow me on Instagram at DeweyTangGolf. But anyways, here's the video. Alright, so my friend Brennan asked me if I could do a paint fill for him, and since I had some free time, I thought I'd make a YouTube video as well. So he's going to be going with a blue and green transparent theme, and I think it should turn out pretty good. The first thing I'm going to do is take out the weights, and the reason I'm going to be doing this is he's going to be buying new weights and I just don't want to get paint on these if I can avoid it. If you guys are wondering, I picked this tool up on eBay for about $5, and although you don't need it, I would definitely recommend it because it makes doing the paint fill, especially on the newer style Scotty cameras, a lot easier because you can lay the weights down on the table. Alright, so the next thing you should do is remove all of the old paint. I choose to use a heavy body paint and varnish remover, but acetone works as well. It's just a lot slower. So to apply the paint remover, I just use a T. And don't be afraid to put too much paint remover on. It just makes the job that much quicker. Just make sure that the putter you're doing this to doesn't have a painted finish because this paint remover will definitely take that finish off. As you can see, the paint pretty much bubbles right off, and just apply it a couple of times, repeat, wipe, use a little scraper if you need to, but it really is a quick job, especially with this heavy duty paint remover. Alright, so after only a couple minutes, I have the entire putter stripped down and ready to be painted. Now to be painting the putter, I'm actually going to be using a different applicator. It's the same bottle, but the tip size is actually a little bit bigger. So if you haven't actually watched any of my other paint fill videos, I would definitely recommend the other tip that I use because the paint flows out a lot slower and it's a lot easier to control where you are putting the paint, and the cleanup is also a lot less. After I paint a side, I also like to cover it. This is just a container from my GoPro, but I like to cover it so no dust gets on there. When I started to paint these letters in, that's when I noticed how big the tip of this applicator was. Although you can still control the speed of the paint, it's not a very clean job, but all you have to do is use a little bit of acetone and carefully wipe off the excess. I know this looks like I'm wiping the excess paint off right away, but this is actually a couple hours later. The reason I do it like this is because if you wipe off the paint right away, it tends to dullien the paint surface and doesn't really make it look very nice. The rest of the process is pretty much exactly the same. Paint it, let it dry, wipe off the excess, and repeat on another side. The longer you wait, generally the better because the paint has a little bit of time to fully cure. Here I just put a little bit of extra paint in the circles, so I'm just using that reverse method by squeezing the bottle initially and then sucking the paint back into the bottle. Anyway, there's not really anything else I could say that I haven't said already or I have said in another video. So I guess my question for you guys is, if you've done a paint fill on your putter, what methods did you guys use? And did you find those methods easier than what I'm showing? I'll also be posting a list of all the tools I used in this video, such as the applicator, the paints, as well as the paint remover. Now, like I've said before, this is only one method to do paint fills. I've just found it's the easiest method that gives the best results. Now, if you guys have used different techniques, using different paints, using different applicators, I'd love to hear how you guys have done that in the comments below. Alright, so here's the final product. I think it turned out pretty awesome. So now it's going back to its owner. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, see you guys later.